It's okay. Are we ready, Z? Okay, I'd like to call to order the Board of Works meeting for today, August the 25th. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Shauna, would you start us off?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Nina, would you please do the roll call?
Mayor Lynch?
Yes.
Member Finley?
Here.
Member Lewis?
Here.
Member Sonity? Member Williams?
Here.
We have the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting, August 11th.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Jamie. Are there any further questions, any amendments? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Old business, the awarding of the streetlight maintenance agreement. AJ?
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see everyone. Yes, we received one quote for street light maintenance at the last meeting. We've had an opportunity to review it. I believe Attorney Witten has also had a chance to review it. Everything looks to be in order, and it'd be our recommendation to award the street light agreement to Circle R Electric.
Do we have a motion to approve the awarding of the Circle R streetlight maintenance agreement?
I'll make a motion to approve the Circle R maintenance agreement for streetlights.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Shawna, seconded by Scott. Is there any further discussion? Any questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, AJ. New business, Portage Township YMCA Turkey Trot.
Hey, can you turn that down a little bit?
No, she cannot.
You cannot. Yep, good morning. So this will be our 20th anniversary of the Turkey Trot this year. So it'll look a little different, but we're still planning on moving forward, so we'll see what Thanksgiving Day brings. We did scale back a little bit. We're just doing the 5K instead of the 5K and the 4 mile. Worked with our timing company to do 10-minute starts in 50 people increments. So again, it'll look a little different, but worked with Portage PD just to make sure our route is good. So I think we're ready to go.
Shannon, do you have to follow the county's, their new regulations on submitting a COVID health plan?
Yeah, I would say yes, but they only want them 30 days in advance. So we, make sure our date is secured and we can start marketing moving forward, and then whatever the recommendations look like at that point in time, we'll adjust if we need to.
So Shannon, you will be crossing Willow Creek?
We
2
go
times?
under it.
Huh?
We go under.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
I couldn't read the map, so.
It's okay.
I know it's here.
Yeah,
I
it
couldn't
is.
read it.
It's actually the same route that we typically do. So it goes under Willow Creek, back through the subdivision, and then they'll come back under. And we're actually having them finish outside this year, and we're not doing an award ceremony inside. We'll do awards after. So again, not as quite as exciting, but adjusted appropriately.
I'll make a motion that we allow the YMCA to continue to do the turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Jamie and a second by Shawna. Is there any further discussion? Any questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. There you
Thank
go. Hope you have a good turnout.
Thanks.
We have trash pickup at 3571 Ash Street. Randy?
My first, Randy? You? Good morning. My name is David Zilke. I own the property at 3571 Ash. So currently we have a homeowners association in that area, and it is disbanding because people are not paying into the homeowners association. So we have dumpsters there now for garbage pickup, but whether or not who's going to pay for them and how the collection's going to go at this point is irrelevant to me because we're on our own. So with my property in the location where it sits, well, I'm currently unable to get I want 95-gallon toters, like we used to have at that property back in the day, and I'm not able to get those through Republic or any other trash service. So, I'm basically coming here to see if you guys can approve garbage pickup in that area, and I've got some overhead views of the property that I'd like to hand out to you. Is that all right?
Okay, sure.
Where is Ash Street, Randy?
Ash Street is right off of Willow Creek Road. So there's two, just,
Off of Willow Creek.
and Ridge. So Willow Creek and Ridge just west of Willow Creek. So there's two views. One is showing my property from the north and one from the south. So from the north, you see where it is in relation to Ridge Road.
Route 6, you're saying?
Correct.
I'm still not picturing it.
Bring it up on your GIS, Scott, on your phone.
Yeah.
and help out.
So Ash Street's the main thoroughfare to get to all the residential properties in that area. I know one of the questions back in the day was they didn't want a bunch of trash carriers tearing up the street. But if you look at where my building is in relation to the single-family homes, they have to come down Ash Street to get to the single family to take care of their trash. I know in speaking to Randy at one point, it was a question of the aesthetics and garbage cans and how that's gonna look. But with my property right on Ash Street, my tenants can bring their toters to the Ash Street and then move them to the back of the building. It's not like the garbage portage would have to worry about going down Creekview Court. So really, all I need is approval from you guys to have some trash carrier pick up my 95-gallon toters.
And how many will that be?
Just 4, one for each unit. It's a 4-unit building.
Oh, okay.
So it's just gonna be 1 garbage can per building, or per unit.
Did you say how many units are in there? I'm sorry.
It's a 4-unit property, ma'am?
Just those 4 that I see, because I
Correct.
just pulled it up. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, 3571 Ash is just a 4-unit.
Okay, thank you.
Randy, can we get some comments from you on that? I mean,
With all what the owner of that property has said, my only concerns and negative outcomes would be possibly the other apartment buildings on Creekview would also seek trash services from Portage. My only concern with that is we cannot go onto that. It's not a dedicated street. And I can understand the property owner today indicating that his address is on Ash. My other concern would be is that if we establish and approve trash services for those 4 units concerning that property right there on the corner of Ash and Creekview, bulk items, other tenants from that Creekview area may take advantage of the situation and place their bulk items amongst his trash receptacles, and he would be obligated to pay all those services as we pick up bulk. So he has to understand that this may happen. It probably will. We do have other situations throughout the city with fourplexes that, along with those, we have issues with cans coming up missing, cans being misused. So the only positive thing is this is on Ash Street, and it would be easily attainable to service without pulling into Creekview there. So, I mean, if this was approved, you're establishing 4 new accounts for trash service there. I would not be in favor of recycling right now, especially amongst that area. They would definitely abuse, if not taught well, about the policy for recycling. So I'm in between. I cannot either recommend this or deny it. So I'm up for whatever board, this decides, so.
So the request is for 4 trash toters.
Yes.
How do the rest of the buildings on this area have their trash?
It's all through private vendors. So this particular address is asking for city services, 4 toters, and that's it. So there's one other address just south of this address in question that may come to the board and seek services as well.
I guess my concern, Randy, is the precedence. And setting a precedence, and then we kind of go down another road that, I'm just concerned about setting a precedence, because once we do that, once we approve this, then we can really, when other people come to us, then it's gonna be difficult to say they can't do it if we set this precedence.
Yes, once this door is open for this address on Ash, you will have other properties or fourplexes in the area seeking city services as well.
Dan, do you wanna weigh in on that?
Madam Chairman, I guess I would echo your concern. It does seem like if we open that door, there will be others. Because the city is pointing in the direction of compromise. We are moving in the direction of doing that.
Is it possible to add something? So if you look at the way that Creekview is split, Ash Street splits Creekview to the east and to the west. So on the east side, there's 4 or 5 properties in that court. They're owned and managed by the same outfit. I believe Randy can probably, and it's, I don't know if it's, I forget what company it is that owns them, but they have dumpsters in the middle of the court for those properties. So Creekview to the west, there's a gentleman, and I can't remember his name either. He owns 4 of those properties on Creekview to the west. He provides his tenants with very large dumpsters in that area. So we've been doing this forever, and how this all came about was, back in the day, you guys did provide trash service in that area. We all had toters in those properties because I own 2 other ones on the west side of Creekview. The issue was, the street fell into disrepair. There was large potholes, so the city came to all of us and said, you guys need to develop a homeowners association and bring the streets up to Portage standards, and then we'll consider taking that back over, plowing, garbage service, once the streets were brought up to Portage standards. So that's what we did. We brought them up to Portage standards. That's neither here or there. I'm just concerned with dumpsters on my building. And I understand, like you said, once you open this door up, but it can be easily alleviated by saying, he's on Ash Street. He has an Ash Street address. This is not a Creekview address. And I believe the gentleman that owns the 4 owns those that are up closest to Ash Street that he provides the dumpsters for. So you guys did do this back in the day, not only for my buildings, but Creekview entirely. And I don't know, so I'm just asking for trash service.
John, did you have something you wanted to say, our code enforcer?
Actually, just a point of clarification. The homeowners association was founded when Creekview was built. The city did not come to them after the fact and say, do this. By their own records on file at the county, that property of Creekview Court and the common areas are property of the homeowners association. I think what the gentleman's referring to is when it fell in disrepair and they were notified that the homeowners association was responsible for fixing this undedicated street, which is considered a common driveway. They already had, in 2004 when I started, they already had the dumpsters there in doing this. Now, at the one point, there were people saying they didn't realize they were part of the homeowners association, which their bylaws say as soon as you buy a property, you're part of the owners association. They were notified they had to bring the street up, or the driveway up to standards. It was impassable for emergency vehicles which is what the standard is for a driveway. And again, the homeowners association has always been responsible for trash pickup, mowing, plowing, etc. Randy could tell from researching, if he can research it, whether we ever did pick up trash there. I'm unaware. I do have a concern with the statement of the homeowners association disbanding as to who will now be responsible for this property, but that will be something I have to take up with Attorney Whitten to answer that question. Just disbanding it and then leaving it to say that the city is now going to have to be responsible for the trash that accumulates there is a concern. That's it.
Well, the problem initially was no one was paying. There was owners that were not paying into the homeowners association. So they were taking advantage of plowing that we did, garbage pickup. So, and with repeated requests to become current with the homeowners association, they weren't doing that, so.
But again, that is a private organization, and an internal problem, it wasn't a city problem.
Correct.
So we didn't have a standing in that, was.
No, I got you.
And if I could ask, what's the problem with the private pickup that everybody's been using? What are you having a problem with that?
So we had like the large trash receptacles, 8 yards, 12 yards, whatever is on Creekview. But again, people are not paying their homeowners association, so they're enjoying the garbage to trash pickup that we're all paying for, and some of them were not. So that's where we're at today. I'm not gonna pay into a homeowners association where everybody's not paying fairly after a year, 2 years. So that's why I'm here requesting garbage service. So I'll take care of plowing for my building. I'm not asking you guys to plow. I'll still plow my area because I have a plow truck, but trash is the big issue.
Well, I will echo the mayor's concerns about the precedent. And it seems like the private trash has worked and is working in that area, and they're able to get in and out. So I will make a motion that we deny the picking up of trash on this address.
Well, I was gonna say, maybe if we could table this, I didn't know if that would be an option too, Dan, Attorney Whitten, just so we can make sure that, we have everything in order. That was gonna be my other suggestion.
So you can always table, and a motion to table takes precedent under Robert's Rules of Order.
Can I have one more thing too?
But if I could just finish real quick. So I guess my general concern from the city's perspective is the homeowner is having some difficulty, the property owner is having some difficulty in collecting the fees for the trash service. Honestly, there's remedies under law where you try to collect that. By pushing it to the city, now it's our job to try to collect it. Same remedies involved. So we are taking on that. It doesn't help, I guess it doesn't help the presentation if we're having a hard time collecting the fees for the trash pickup. So we went to the city to do it. And that's something we have to understand.
And then I just wanted to echo what John just stated too, that if the homeowners association is disbanding, that does bring about another set of challenges itself, so.
And real quick, when I came here and when I talked to Randy, there must have been some confusion. I'm not looking for the city to pick up the tab for my trash. I'm looking for someone to authorize Republic, Able, anybody else to pick up trash in my area. Because I've consulted 5 different disposal companies, and they all tell me, well, we don't service that area. So I basically need somebody to authorize Republic, which is who I want to go with, for $67 a month for 4 cans to just pick it up from my property.
Well, why do we have to authorize that?
I don't
I
know.
was gonna say that.
So I'm gonna suggest,
Attorney Whitten?
I'm gonna suggest Member Finley's thoughts on tabling this. This is a little different. I've not seen the request, frankly, and this is a change to what I was understanding to be. I would suggest tabling, give me an opportunity to look at it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I make a motion that we table, this issue until, after our attorney Whitten actually looks into it a little bit further to give us additional content.
We have a motion to table by Shauna and seconded by Steve. Are there any further questions? If not, please call the roll, Nina.
Mayor Lynch?
Yes.
Member Finley?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
Member Sonity?
Yes.
Member Williams?
Yes.
We have the DOZ Construction Observation Services Agreement. AJ?
Good morning once again. What you have before you is a supplemental agreement. This is related to the Willow Creek Road project. It is a no-cost agreement, a supplemental agreement to the contract. They are adding a job classification for the paperwork that needs to be submitted to the Indiana Department of Transportation. We've had an opportunity to speak with DLZ. We understand, we believe everything's in order, and it would be our recommendation to the board to approve supplemental agreement number 1.
I'll make a motion that we approve supplemental agreement number 1 between the City of Portage and DLZ.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the DLZ Construction Services Agreement. Are there any further questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries, thank you. Bulk item appeal request.
Members, there was 2 on the agenda, and I was going to add a second or a third one. The 2, I believe, is Alana and Monument. Is there anyone from Alana here? Alana? Okay. We'll get back to that one in a second here. But Monument, I was going to ask the board to overturn this charge, just in this particular resident was not aware of the policy. We have no other issues with that in the past, so for Monument, it's a $25 service fee, and I'm asking the board to consider overturning that. The third one was on Wilderness. There's a language barrier with that resident. I'm going to try and reach out to that particular resident and communicate the policy better to that, overcome those language barriers, and communicate that policy. So that was a $25 service fee. I'm asking the board to consider overturning that. Going back to Alana, that particular resident on here, for the reason she believes that it should be reversed, is because she gave that furniture to her son. She placed it at the curb. Usually if I'm going to give away furniture, I'll ask them to personally come to my house. I'm not going to put something to the curb. So I was hoping she'd be here today. Maybe she could give a better answer. But according to this statement, I'm going to ask the board to uphold this charge of $25. So those are the 3 I have before you right now.
Randy, I have a question.
Yes.
If that homeowner could not speak English, can they read English? 'Cause I know for a fact that Mary, in the clerk's office of the Water Rec Department,
Yes.
hands them and explains a written paper and all the rules when they sign up. You know, every month we come here, or every 2 weeks we come here with all these appeals of these people that didn't know and I did this, you know, they always come up with excuse because nobody wants to pay the penalty of what they did wrong. So, we can, I'll leave it up to the board, you know.
I only have what is at face value here, so we had to fill out the form for her, so.
And your, ladies in your office explain to these people too about.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Most of Portage knows about the bulk item policy, and a lot of people will buy furniture halfway through the month and say, hey, I know there's a $25 service fee, please come pick this up. So I mean, out of the 100 to 120 monthly that we have, these few, it's very small.
Also, while you're up there, I
Yes.
just want to compliment you, the flyer that you did have sent out, very informative, very good.
Thank you.
Every household got one.
Thank you.
Received one.
Yes.
Okay.
We sent out 15,000 of them throughout Portage.
So there shouldn't be any excuses on how to use, recycling.
Yes,
and garbage.
yes.
The difference.
So do we have a motion for Randy's bulk item appeal request?
I'll make a motion that we follow Randy's recommendation on the bulk item request.
I'll second.
We have a motion to approve Randy's request by Jamie, seconded by Shauna. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. We have the claims. Did everybody get a chance to review the claims?
Yes. I have a question for Nina. It's on, happens to be the legal printing for the sanitation department, page 2. I thought at last meeting, we added that to the claims of last meeting. There
We
was an
did,
addendum.
we didn't have an actual invoice, we only had a quote, we can't pay off of a quote.
Oh, so actually, we okayed it, that,
Right,
to, you know,
mhm,
but we did not pay it out.
right, because
That's
those
my
ones gonna get,
question on
gonna
that.
get processed.
Thank you.
Nina, I just have a quick question on, it would be page 9, page 9, and it carries over. It was some planning boards. What are those? It looks like the plan commission got them. Do you know what
it's
they
per
are,
diem.
AJ?
For the BZA,
Yeah,
so that's the board members per diem, it gets paid every 6 months.
okay. Okay. No problem. That's all I have. I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims as stated at $1,831,839.10.
I think you got 3 of the numbers right.
We have
I'll
a
second
motion-
that motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Major illness, do we have any major illness claims?
We have a few, Madam Chairman, and we've been signed off on all of them.
Yes, there's 4.
There's 4 of them this time.
Okay. We have a motion to approve major illness claims.
I'll make a motion to approve the major illness claims that have been reviewed and approved by the attorney.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any other business to come before the board? Any other business to come before the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.